From classic cars to supercars and more, join me as I show you some of the fastest street legal cars in the world. Number 9. Noble M600. The Noble M600 is capable of exerting 225 miles per hour on the road. One of the biggest differences between the Noble M600 and the Apollo is the sleek look of the Noble. This was made by a British company with something to prove, and a chip on their shoulder thanks to the negative response of their business opening in 1999. And the looks of this car is something to behold and desire. It's sleek, it's smooth, and it's something that will definitely turn heads if you pull this into your driveway. The ironic thing about the car though is that it's mocked because it has a Volvo engine, meaning it's not the most powerful engine out there today by a large margin. And yet, the car makers were able to work it to their advantage and use the car's steel and carbon fiber body to ensure that the vehicle reached 225 miles per hour. The driver can even move the power from the engine to the wheels for even more precise driving. Number 8. Zenvo ST1. The beauty about car development is that anyone in virtually any country in the world can help craft one of these monster vehicles. And that includes Denmark, who are usually known for their more subdued and environmentally friendly cars. However, they were the ones that made the incredibly fast Zenvo ST1, which can reach top speeds of 233 miles per hour. Not bad for the Danes, huh? Zenvo Automotive started making these supercars in 2004 and began the ST1 line in 2009. And the Zenvo ST1 is the best of their line so far. This car is powered by a supercharged V8 engine that can exert 1,250 horsepower and over 1,000 pounds of torque, which means it'll not only go fast, it'll grip the road and turn on a dime if and when you need it to. Plus, the car only weighs about 3,500 pounds, so that power and torque will make this something to behold. However, because only 15 of these were ever made, they're incredibly rare, and every time one was sold at a car auction, it cost the buyer $1.8 million. Number 7. McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 is what many consider to be the first supercar or hypercar in the world. And because of the fact it was made quite a while ago and has only evolved since then, it has become one of the most recognizable cars in the world, ever. It wasn't the first to make the land speed record by a car, but it did beat it by 27 miles per hour when the McLaren came out. And then it took 12 years for another car to step up to the plate in order to try and beat it. That just shows how impressively long-lasting the F1 series is. And the current model is one that is in use by many, mainly because it can go 240 miles per hour. When it first came out, the McLaren F1 cost around $1 million, and now $10 million. It's good to be a classic car, don't you think? Number 6. Koenigsegg CCX. There's no denying that the Koenigsegg CCX is one of the fastest cars out there on the road, if you can afford it and say its name. This one car can get to 245 miles per hour, making the Swedish developer one that truly knows how to get the most out of their vehicle. Ironically, the Koenigsegg CCX was actually the first ever street legal car they made. Just as impressive as its speed though is its looks. A look that has actually gotten it quite a few awards over the years, and it's not hard to see why. The car is elegant in its shape and form, especially with that curved windshield and roof. And the panels that go inward help as well, obviously. But it'll cost you $545,000. Number 5. Saleen S7 Twin Turbo. Coming in next at 248 miles per hour is the Saleen S7 Twin Turbo, which is yet another supercar that comes from a rather unknown car maker. I've heard people say that this isn't the best looking car out there, but frankly, I think they're wrong. It's sleek in places, boxy in others, and it looks really unique in some facets. And sometimes you want a car that'll go fast and stand out, and this does both. Plus, its car seats look like actual racing car seats. How many other cars can say that? Its value is around $585,000. Number 4. SSC Ultimate Aero. Europe has often dominated the sport car market, and that's fine by the US in most cases. But when the SSC Ultimate Aero came out, it was aiming for one thing: to beat the land speed record. And it did. The incredibly streamlined car was able to get up to 256 miles per hour. And it took the previous record holder, Bugatti, 3 years to make a car that could beat this record. But true to American form, they keep boasting about the car, even saying that the 256 miles per hour it reached wasn't even its final form. I mean, top speed. Because they say it can reach 270 miles per hour. Number 3, Koenigsegg Agera R. The Koenigsegg Agera R is a very powerful sports car that can reach up to 260 miles per hour. And when this Swedish supercar hit the Geneva Motor Show in 2011, it turned heads in every single way that mattered. It's sleek, stylish, has all the right curves, and as noted, it is fast. If not faster than pretty much any car in the world. The Swedes don't mess around with their automobiles. Months after its debut, it set up a new land speed record, which goes to show just how impressive this car is. Just like the car, the motor of the Koenigsegg Agera R was built by hand in Sweden, which means they manufactured their own best engine to make this car go as fast as they wanted. But all that comes at a literal high price, as it costs $1.6 million to get. Number 2, Hennessy Venom GT. How can you beat a 260 miles per hour car? Simple, by going 265 miles per hour. And that's exactly what the Hennessy Venom GT did to get the new land speed record. But not without serious controversy. There's a lot of hubbub about whether this car is a legit sports car, or another brand of car that was souped up to beat the land speed record. As you can see, a lot of people take this title very seriously. And yet, it was given the record because it was deemed a true production sports car, and the actual video that showed it beating the land speed record went viral around the world. But because of some technicalities, it wasn't accepted as the official record. Number 1, Bugatti Veyron Supersport. Bugatti is a car company who not only understands speed, but they love it with all that they have. They have held the land speed record multiple times, as this list proves, and they strive to keep it. And the Bugatti Veyron Supersport is their crowning achievement in many ways, reaching a blistering 267 miles per hour on the road. This car was built from the ground up to be the king of speed, and when an older version just wasn't getting enough power, they reworked the entire engine to get it to where they needed it to be now. But what's even better is that this car is as luxurious on the outside as it is on the inside. It's made to be comfortable to anyone who drives in it, no matter whether you're breaking land speed records. And regardless of whether this car is beaten in the record department later on, Bugatti will be back to take back the crown. And there it is, a look at some incredible street legal cars. Which of these is your favorite? Would you love to drive one of these down the street? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.